Welcome back to iTunes 101. In this episode or short video, we are going to open iTunes and we're going to plug in an iPad for the first time and we're going to update it to iOS 5. Now, I need to tell you that I will have paused the video a couple of times throughout this. This is a much longer process than what you'll see in this 5-minute video. So the first thing we're going to do is double click iTunes, open it up. Remember, you're going to have to log in at least once to iTunes, probably more than that. Okay, I'm logging into iTunes. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my iPad. I plugged in the iPad, and you'll see the iPad showed up here, but you also see I got a window saying that the iPad had photos on it. You can just click cancel on that, and now you'll see a new iPad software version 5.0 is available for the iPad. Would you like to download and update it now? What you're going to choose is download and update, and I'm going to pause the video because this download is about 800 megabytes. It takes a little while. So there are purchase items on the iPad that have not been transferred to your iTunes library. You should transfer them. So go ahead and click continue. And then iOS will update back up. So click update. And you'll have to click next. It's telling you all about everything that's new in iOS 5. You're going to agree to the software license, and you'll see that it is beginning to download right here, and it's going to take a little while, so I'm going to pause the video. Okay, here we are about 20 minutes later, and you can see I've got about 10 seconds left on my download, and I really want you to be able to see some of the other things that are going to happen. So I'm just going to, the download is about done, and you're going to see that it's processing the file. Take a second. Maybe more than 1 second. Okay, now you'll see that it's actually making a backup of everything, all the settings and everything that's on this particular iPad. Then you'll notice it's extracting the software, which means it's kind of just basically pulling the software off of the computer, and it's going to start putting it on the iPad. Okay, it's going to contact Apple, verify the Apple, and it's just going to prep the Apple for a restore. You'll see that when it finishes its update, it will actually restore the iPad from a backup. Once it's restored from the backup, it will begin to restore the apps that need to go on that iPad. Okay, once it finishes doing all of its stuff, it is going to sync all the apps back, and you can see that this last app is finally finishing. And you'll notice that this screen will have changed a little bit. I don't even know how much you paid attention to it before, but you'll have a couple of things, couple of choices about checking for updates or restore the iPad. If all else fails, that's what you do. You click restore the iPad, and that pretty much will take care of anything. The backup choices, you have backup to iCloud and backup to this computer. Please choose backup to this computer. A couple of these other options are really just for you. The biggest one is the open iTunes when this iPad is connected. It's nice, but it's not something that has to be done. It's really just up to you. Alright, and you'll notice that now this iPad is all updated, and just to eject it and give it back to the administrator, you just click the eject button. Now please tell the administrator it is going to walk them through a couple of steps for iCloud, and the biggest thing that they really need to do is nothing. Tell them not to sign into iCloud unless it's with their personal Apple ID. Okay, hopefully that was helpful.